Hi guys. I'm not close enough. Hi guys. I'm not close enough, am I? Sandy's here. Loretta's here. Jess is here. Beshby. Oh, Yeshby, Yeshna. Sandy, Nat. Hi guys. Fell asleep with Kimberly's chosen meditation last night. Feel confident today. Wonderful, Nat, darling. Hooray! Yes, use those ones that she's doing in that. Either listen to that or do your own and listen to your own and take some of those she's got in that chosen meditation and use them. Hello from America. Oh! Who else is here? Jen Brandy's here. Alicia's here. Hello, it's 2:49 here. Oh my God, 2:49? Defo worth it though. Cat May, 2:49 in the morning. Where are you, in the UK? Must be amazing. I normally just get the Americans and the Australians at this time of day. Wish you still did calls. I need help. Don't worry, darling. Look, guys, when the self-concept course comes out, I promise it'll have all the answers that the call would have had, except it's longer, right? So you can sit there in your own time and do it, and you don't need me, okay? Then after that, thanks, Ella, darling, for the roses. After you've done that course, if I have the time, I'm thinking of doing either Zoom coaching calls with a small number of people for a particular fee, or I do a paid Facebook group where I do have Zoom coaching calls for everyone in the paid Facebook group every week. Say one time for around this time for the Americans and Australians and one time for the Europeans later in the day for Australia. But that would mean there's a lot of people on the coaching call because as the paid Facebook group grows, it means that the calls will get bigger. So I'm not quite sure what to do about that because I've never run a Zoom call before with a lot of people. I've never done a Zoom call except one-to-one. So I'm not quite sure how that would work. So guys, I'll put a little thing in the Facebook group this week about how would that work? How would you guys want coaching calls to be done? Because if we do it as a paid Facebook group and I do calls twice weekly, one-to-one Zoom, I can take people on the call, do a little one-to-one, a couple of minutes with each person. Say each call goes for an hour. Depending on the amount of people, you'll get a bit of time most of the time. Okay, and if the next week, you got time last week, you'll get time the next week. And then I'll save those Zoom calls within the Facebook group and only the people in the paid Facebook group will be able to watch them back, watch the others that they missed. And there'll be those, and it'll be like, a certain fee a month, much smaller than if I did, say, a course like what Kim Velez is doing at the moment. She's got $49 a month to do 2 Zoom calls with her a month. But she hasn't capped the amount of people. So I'm like, but how many people have you got in that call? I'm not. So guys, have a think and what... I'll put a post in the Facebook group and tell me your opinions on how I should do this, how best to do it. Should it be a paid Facebook group that as you pay each month you can join the call, or you just join the Facebook group for the month that you do the Zoom one-on-one to me, which will be more expensive. And if you want to continue in the Facebook group without doing the calls, you just want to watch them back, you can keep paying for the Facebook group. But I don't know how to do it. Kim's paid live call on Tuesday had 25 people. It's way too many. I recommend small groups. Oh, 25 people. God, is that all she had? 25 people. I thought she'd have hundreds of people for $49 a month. She only had 25 people and that was too many, Brittany. Oh, okay. So we'll do smaller groups then. Paid live calls on Tuesdays had 25 people. But how much was that, Brittany? How much was she charging for that? Is that the $49 a month? Oh, I can tell you how it works. I'm in it. Oh, you're in it, Elizabeth. Oh, good. Okay. Well, you can tell me because I'm trying to figure out the best way to coordinate this for everyone because I've never done those Zoom calls and that seems like a lot of people, 25 people for a Zoom call. But then what if the Facebook group had 100 people? There'd be 100 people. Small groups. Okay. Hang on. I'm scrolling up for what you guys are saying. Can't wait for the course to come out. Yay, Lauren. Love you, Lois. Oh, thanks, Darian. I've noticed I haven't been able to see the feed on here. Oh, no. I'm close. He's constantly telling me he's always thinking of me. Next up, third party will be gone. Oh, the girl, yes! Oh, you are in the UK, Kat. Hello, Jamie Dean. Your voice is so convincing. Do you make personal recordings? Oh, what, for you to listen to yourself, like me doing your affirmations for you? No, I don't plan on doing that. That'd be too time consuming, guys. I will do them on YouTube, though. I will have overnight ones like Dylan James, and I promise I'm going to do that. I promise. I might even sit down at the beach and record them with beach noise. Depends what noise you guys want in the background, but thank you. Loz, how do you loop your affirmations? Just in VLC, darling. Record them in your voice memos and then go to VLC, or there's another one called voice recorder, I think Elizabeth was saying. There's so many people who have fake ones in the group. Just make one. Oh, fake Facebook. Small groups, please. Okay. Manifested my SP to tell me the truth, and he did, but he said he still wants to be a part. What now? Okay, so just imagine you're together, you've got some old story that he doesn't want you, or you haven't convinced yourself fully yet that you were together in your mind. That's all it is, darling. You're just holding the old story about him still. Get rid of it and start saying affirmations about him wanting you. You're the only person for him. He can't imagine his life without you. Oh, you're talking about manifesting with Kimberly. Oh, so her Zoom calls are 25 people and that's too many. Oh, the Kimberly's ones then. I don't know how many people she's got in hers then. She must have hundreds. Only 25 in manifesting Kimberly, and that was too many. Okay. You're making the Facebook group paid now? We'll kick everyone. No. Not making that Facebook group paid. No. An additional, a lot of people have asked me for an additional Facebook group with more content, like group coaching. And it's the only way I can think that you could watch the group coaching back is to have a paid Facebook group. But if you just paid for the coaching that month, you would naturally go into the group and could watch it back. I'm not changing the Facebook group that we currently have. That'll stay free, of course. Hi, lovely. Can you give some tips on when you're doubting the law? Just test yourself, darling. Go and get a free coffee. It would be easier than talking to you through Facebook Messenger. Yeah. Zoom. Yeah. Train me to do North American calls, create an empire. Look, guys, I absolutely won't be training coaches. I'm just saying that right now because of what's happened to Sammy. Have you seen what's happened to Sammy? It's not pretty. So I won't be doing that. No. But thank you. I mean, I could eventually, but right now, yeah. Although create your future works. Maybe it's just Sammy's mindset about it. I don't know. When are you starting the Zoom calls? I don't know, guys. It have to be after the courses because you're going to have to do the self-concept course before you get on the Zoom call. You can't get on the Zoom call without having done the course. Otherwise, the call will be useless to you because all I'll be doing is asking you questions. You have to have done the course first. Okay? Or had a call with me originally. SP's back and slowly conforming. Do I always wait for him to initiate things or act like the loving girlfriend? It's up to you, darling. I can't tell you guys what to do. I'm not in your relationship. I don't know how it was before. I don't know how much you contacted them before or whatever. But if you're going to contact them and act like the loving girlfriend, do that. But do it from a place of confidence that you're the loving girlfriend. He loves it when you call him and initiate. When is this starting? I have no idea, Nikki. Been trying to get out of the lack in the moment. Fell back off my self-concept. How do I get out of lack? Darling, look. If you're in lack, it's because your mind's running you. You've really got to get a handle on your mind, okay? Start testing yourself and showing yourself that this stuff works. If you don't believe me, go and test yourself and see, okay? But if you're in the lack mindset, oh, he's not here, you're not understanding that you're creating him not being here. Got it? You can record a meeting and post them on YouTube and watch them back anytime. Yeah, but then people might not want their personal shit on YouTube because the Zoom calls might be very personal. That's what I'm not sure. I love it because you're not in it for the money. Oh, no. Well, I haven't made any money since July, guys. Thank you. What happened? What? To tell you about Kim Zoom. Okay, yes. Please do message me, darling. Loz, have you thought about messenger coaching? Like no calls, but like voice memo to scream at me. Oh, no, I don't have time for that, Harry. Absolutely not. What happened to Sammy? Oh, look, most of her, a lot of the coaches left and started their own pages and it just didn't work for her. She's got a few coaches still, original ones like Flossie, but yeah, just, I don't know what happened there. It's really sad. How long is the course? No idea, guys, but it'll be quite a few videos. I've got it written out at the moment on a whiteboard and it's like 12 parts at the moment. 12 videos with worksheets for each video. I'm affirming he can't stand to lose me. That's wonderful. Do I have to take inspired action for weight loss, or can I just manifest it? You can just manifest it, darling, and there's no such thing as inspired action. You only know it's inspired action after you've done it. So if you go and join a gym and you start losing weight, or you change the ketogenic diet because your doctor had half a clue and you were diabetic and put you on keto, and then suddenly weight fell off you at a rapid rate, which is what happens to everyone who does keto, then that was inspired, that you went to the doctor, you didn't know you had diabetes, they were a doctor with a clue, put you on a proper diet, your insulin levels went down, you suddenly lost weight, ta-da, inspired action, but you didn't know why you went to the doctor. That's what inspired action is. You don't actually know why you're doing it. You're saying, do I take action, like get a gym membership, start exercising? Well, if you start feeling like a healthy person, you start wanting to take care of yourself, that'll naturally happen while you're affirming for your weight loss. Got it? It's just a bridge of incidents that you'll take. Loz, I quit smoking for my surgery, and I don't know if I'm going crazy because of the nicotine withdrawals. Oh, probably, darling. Just say you're not. I'm not going crazy. I don't need nicotine. My body doesn't need nicotine. Loz, my SP sent me a photo of him with a girl in bed. What? Why would he do that? Why? Have you been obsessing about him, constantly calling and texting him, acting like a needy bitch, and he's doing it to hurt you? What's going on there? Darling, that's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit. Why would he do that? Either he's trying to make you jealous because he's madly in love with you, or you've been acting and doing something in the 3D so desperate that he's literally trying to get rid of you. What have you been doing? Me and SP hung out the other day, and I really felt like his girlfriend, and was how I was affirming. Oh, wonderful, Sammy, wonderful. It was how you were affirming. Keep going, darling. It's working. How can we stop caring about time and getting frustrated? Look, guys, there's only really one simple answer to this: is that you've got to understand that it's going to work out. It'll happen in its own time. But if you don't believe it's going to happen, then the time will always bother you. If you know what's going to happen, if you knew your SP was coming back in 2 months and they were going to propose to you in 2 months, would you worry about the next 2 months? No. So you've not convinced yourself in your mind yet that in 2 months' time, 6 months' time, any time, at some time, it'll all work out. So those of you who are worried about the time, you haven't convinced yourself yet that it's done. That's the issue. That's always the issue. Got it? So if you're worried about time at all, you haven't convinced yourself it's done. If it was done, it'd be done. You wouldn't be worried about the time at all because it's done. It's like saying to someone, how long until this cake comes out of the oven? I'm starving. And the person goes, I just took it out. It's just here. You want a slice? Well, I just am sick of waiting. I've been waiting 2 hours for this cake. This is baking for... I can't even see the oven on, but it seems to be baking for a long time. The person's like, dude, I just gave you a slice. You just ate one. What are you talking about? And you're ignoring it's done, it's there, it's already there, and you're looking at baking. Eat the cake. Oh, this cake's so nice. It tastes so beautiful. Oh, this cake took so, not very long to cook, and oh, it tastes so wonderful. That's living in the end, eating the cake. But you're looking at the oven. Opening it, closing it, opening, closing it. And every time you open the oven, the cake starts to drop and drop and drop. But you've got to realise the cake was already taken out ages ago. If you keep doing that to the cake, I know I said the cake got taken out, but you know what I mean? If you kept doing that to a cake, it would start to drop and it wouldn't cook. Every time you worry about the time, you're opening the oven. Stop doing that. What do you think about mind movies? Oh yeah, I think Joseph Ally talks about mind movies. Is it psycho-cybernetics? Is his mind movies? It's just your imagination, guys, thinking of a movie with you in it. You as the protagonist, but seeing it from your eyeballs. Great analogy. I did do a video on this in TikTok. I talked to Jacqueline Michelle and she hung up on the phone on me and we're done for good. What are you talking about? Who's Jacqueline Michelle? If you think you're done for good, darling, you will be. If you think she thinks that, then you will be. Stop thinking that. Your assumption will be true. Do I have to... my old SP unblocked me. I knew it would happen, but it was just a lot faster than I thought. Oh, wonderful, Helen. Wonderful. Sorry, guys. I just had to plug you into the charger then. What about her mum? Oh, yeah, her mum's still there, isn't she? Marcia? Talk about Sammy. I'm having difficulty consciously manifesting a penny. Well, don't worry about it, Edward. Why would you need a penny? Don't worry about the penny if you're just doing that as a test. Or are you trying to say you can't manifest any money? Well, stop having broke-ass thoughts, darling. Loz, please read above. Okay, Molly, sorry, hang on. Missed it. Sorry, had bad reaction to 3D with SP. I'm affirming he wants to stay in USA. Oh, what's this? And wants to commit. Where's the rest of it? Molly. I was acting needy but affirming we see and commit to each other and that he can't leave and loves me. Okay. And he wants to leave the US. All right. And wants to commit. Sorry, had a bad reaction to 3D with SP. I'm affirming he wants to stay in the UK. We'll do that, darling. What do you mean you acted needy? What's the question, Molly? What's your question? Okay, so have you revised you acting needy? Have you revised whatever it was you said? Have you revised whatever it was that happened where you acted needy? Have you done that? Have you gone back and said, oh, if you can't revise it, oh, he doesn't care, he knows it means I love him. He loves it when I act needy. He loves it because it shows I care. Have you done that? I'm not quite sure what the... I'm affirming he sees my past hysteria and loves it for me. Okay, yeah, loves me for me. Affirming he sees past my past hysteria. Well, stop saying you had past hysteria, darling. Just say, hey, I acted a bit cray-cray, but he loves that. He loves a crazy bitch. Don't call yourself hysterical, darling. Guys, there are no magical affirmations, just your dominant thoughts. Think as if, yes, darling. Loz, I've been having the worst self-concept. The insecurity has been coming through. Well, fucking work on that, Alex. I don't know what to tell you guys when you're saying, my self-concept's terrible. I'm like... And what are you doing? Like, what are you doing about it? You're just sitting in the mire of your bad self-concept, or are you affirming and visualizing the end and living in the new state of you, or are you just letting your mind run you? Should I give SP space to focus on affirming so he can miss me? It's up to you, Nat. It's up to you. Look, Queen energy would dictate, yes, that would be a good idea. SP... had read my Insta DM but didn't reply, then I wrote 6 paragraphs and think I look needy. Well, if you think you look needy, guys, then you will. Guys, if you say, I'm hysterical, I acted like a crazy bitch, I was needy, whatever you're affirming about yourself, they'll start thinking. You've got to understand this. Stop saying those things about yourself, guys. Okay, so you sent 6 fucking paragraphs. Who cares? Say they don't care. Everything I want in my SP he is doing, but he is in Albania and in a pre-arranged marriage. Well, just stop seeing that as a problem, darling. Stop seeing the distance in the marriage as a problem, okay? And just out of his control. Well, if you think it's beyond his control, then nothing's going to change and you're just going to be stuck with the circumstance of a guy you love being in Albania, being with someone else, and you're fucked. You've got to see you and him together. I haven't manifested SP yet, but I know he'll be back soon in my 3D. Thanks to you. Wonderful, darling. Hey, Loz, not sure if you answered this before, but what's your advice for when doubting the law? You've just got to test yourself, guys. I want you to do little tests. And if the tests don't mean anything to you, like getting a free copy or a parking space out the front of Walmart or whatever, start looking at your life and thinking, did I create this breakup with my thinking? What was I thinking before this breakup? Oh, yeah, I caused the whole fucking thing. Oh, shit, I must have done this. That's the law of assumption. I was assuming he didn't love me, and then today he said, I don't love you, we're breaking up. Wow, I'm powerful. I did that. Guys, look at your life if you don't understand this. I've been not caring about SP. I still want him, but I'm also good without him. Is that normal? Yes, Judy. It means your self-concept's working. I watched a TikTok and someone's saying we can't manifest an SP and people have free will. Such BS. Please don't watch those idiots. Some girl the other day, someone added me in her video and she was like, I was saying, what was she saying? I was saying with my SP that he loved me unconditionally. John loved me unconditionally. And then I found out he was seeing other girls. So that never works. Affirming for them never works. Never use their name. And I felt like saying, bitch, because you had an assumption that he didn't love you. That's why you said the word unconditional love for me. That was your MO for saying that in the first place. You didn't think he loved you. Therefore, you're affirming that he did. But you had a fear whilst affirming that he didn't love you. Therefore, he didn't. And he was seeing other girls. You did that whole fucking thing, which means the law works. Which means whatever you were affirming wasn't working because your fearful, shitty, negative thoughts you had before you started affirming he loves me unconditionally. They played out and he started seeing other girls. And I just wrote, like, whatever she said, like, this, you can't assume it and becomes true. And I just put a laughing emoji next to it because someone added me in the video and she was like, I think it's very rude that you felt the need to comment. And I felt like saying, a bitch, it's a comment section. If you don't want comments, turn them off. And then she was like, I'm very happy to go live with you and talk about manifestation. And I felt like saying, hello, dumb bitch with 40 subscribers or 4,000 subscribers. I don't go live with people talking crap. I would go live with Manifesting with Kimberly But I wouldn't waste my time going live with you because I would embarrass you and you would lose all your subscribers. I felt like going, come on live with me, darling. If you want to lose your 4,000 subscribers, go ahead. Poor girl. I didn't reply because I just thought this girl's triggered as fuck by saying, I can't believe you commented. I'm like, it's a comment section on the internet. The interwebs work this way. It says comments. If you don't want them, turn them off. And I felt like saying, if you're this fucking triggered about comments, imagine what you were like in the relationship. No wonder he fucked 10 other girls. Look at yourself. Who are we talking about? I don't even know her name. Who cares? One of these dumb bitches talking about manifestation and saying you can't assume anything is true. Well, you assumed as true that he didn't love you, which is why you said the affirmation, he loves me unconditionally, because you had fears that he didn't, bitch. That means that assumption came true, didn't it? How can we stop doing that? Affirm, but stop feeling fear like this girl did. Right, so you've got to sometimes think, why am I affirming this particular affirmation? I go into this a lot, guys, and people sometimes are shocked by me saying this. If you're saying, no one compares to me, I'm the only girl for him, and a lot of your affirmations are about that, look at the similarity in those affirmations. It's, I have a fear I'm not enough. I have a fear I won't be chosen. I'm not chosen. There's a fear within those affirmations. That's why you're saying those affirmations. Got it? So sometimes you've got to be really careful. If you're overly affirming the same shit, like predominantly, and you're not understanding why you're doing it, and the fear will run you still while you're saying it because you're affirming out of fear. That girl was affirming, John loves me unconditionally out of a fear of him not loving her. And perhaps she didn't realize subconsciously that she had thoughts of him looking at other girls and therefore he ended up looking at other girls. Or she had a background where she had a marriage of parents who were unfaithful to each other, or something happened in her childhood where she didn't trust men and she didn't realize that was running the show. And that's why she was saying the affirmation, John loves me unconditionally, because either her parents' love was conditional or previous relationships were conditional or other people had cheated on her, and therefore she felt the need to say that particular affirmation. Sometimes, guys, you've got to look at why you're saying the affirmation, and then you've got to think, maybe I just stop saying, John loves me unconditionally, John wants me and only me, I'm only one for him, and say, I am chosen. Of course I'm the chosen one. Of course everyone loves me. You've got to focus back on you because you're not doing enough self-concept that's forcing you to say those fearful affirmations about them. That's why I say to you guys, you've really got to look at, why am I saying that affirmation about the person? Oh, because I don't feel chosen. And I'm not saying enough I am chosen affirmations for me, hence why I'm saying the ones about he only has eyes for me. That's why the self-concept's more important. Because it doesn't matter what you say about them, you don't still feel chosen. That's why you're saying that affirmation. Got it? Does that make sense, guys? Of course I'm the chosen one, yeah. Because I'm this, because I'm that. About you. And then that's what she said in the video. She goes, I should have just said, I love me unconditionally. I love myself unconditionally. Great. But I don't think that was the problem there. I don't think her loving herself unconditionally was the problem. I think she didn't feel chosen, which I don't think she analysed enough about why she was saying that affirmation. She didn't quite understand herself, which is why she shouldn't be teaching manifesting on TikTok. Had a magic talk to myself in the car yesterday to the people who hurt me in my childhood. Wonderful. Guys, you can have those in a conversation with people in your life that hurt you. Do it. Write them a letter. Talk to them out loud. Talk to them in your head. Have a visualization of them listening to you and you talking to them. Absolutely do it, guys. Sorry, I'm choking here. I realise I have been worrying about SP not communicating with me, which is why I have been affirming. Right. So if you're worrying about them communicating and your constant affirming for them is about, he's constantly calling me and texting me, he's constantly calling and texting me, it's because you have a fear you won't get contacted, which means you have a fear that you're not chosen, not enough, not wanted, not loved. What's behind that affirmation? Right? So I'm glad you figured that out. Yes, you have to tell yourself you love yourself too. Exactly. How do we make sure our affirmations don't have the fear in them? Well, if they're about them predominantly and it's on a theme, assess it. And think, well, why am I saying these ones a lot? What's behind this? Oh, shit, me feeling not chosen, me feeling not loved, me feeling not good enough. Why am I saying these? Oh, because of that. Then you've got to say, I am more than good enough. I am loved. I am wanted. Who wouldn't want me? Things like that about yourself and working your self-concept. I affirm mostly self-concept, but affirm specific things I want SP to do and say just for fun. Haha, it works. Yes, it does, Jamie. Absolutely, darling. Absolutely. Triggered by 3D, stopped and asked, why am I trying to give a fuck about this? I knew it wasn't true. Yes, please, guys. Why are you giving a fuck about it? Why are you? Ask yourself that. Why am I giving a fuck about this old shit? It's like yelling at a movie on the screen and saying, don't go in there. Oh, you stupid bitch. You didn't hear me. Yeah, it's a movie. It was already recorded. You know what I mean? Thank you, Loz. Okay, good. Is saying they only have eyes for me coming from a place of fear of not being chosen? Well, ask yourself that. Some people can say it and there's no fear behind it, but you've got to ask yourself, am I fearful that he doesn't have eyes just for me? Is that why I'm saying it? It might not mean that for you, but for others it does. So you've really got to analyse yourself, guys. Wow, Loz just made me realise I haven't been focusing on self-concept and more on SP. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of us do, guys. We do it out of desperation because we want them back. And we keep saying ones about, you love me, you this, you that, you da-da-da-da-da. I'm the chosen one. I'm loved by you. Of course you would choose me. And they're really about them. Everything's about them. Brush your hair. No thanks. Isn't it wonderful? Works for me all the time. It was Neville's favourite affirmation. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that things are working out for me? Isn't it wonderful that things are so great? Oh, thanks, Rob, for the... What were they? Butterflies? Lois, what happened with your landlord? Left worried. Oh, no. It all worked out, darling. I just affirmed that it would all work out, that she would go away, calm down, and we'd come to a resolution. So that's why I'm recording in my bedroom now. In my bedroom. See, look. I've changed spaces. Why does Neville mention feeling slit in his books? Feeling slit. What's that mean? I don't understand, darling. Feeling it? He means feeling it's done. Feeling the senses you would feel if it were true. Going to go on a rant for now. Thank you, Loz. Self-concept rant. Good. Great news. Yes, it was all resolved. I honestly feel like he was the new SP I manifested. He said he didn't know how much I cared. Okay. Well, Molly... Look, you've got to start taking the focus off him at the moment. You're focusing on him. You're focusing on him not leaving. Please don't leave me. I want this to work out. I've done something wrong. Him. And he's going, get away from me, weirdo. You barely know me. You're putting all the eggs in one basket with me and we've just met. Chill your fucking beans, bitch. I didn't know you cared this much. I've never had someone care this much so quickly. Molly. That means you're not doing enough self-concept. Got it? If he's saying that, it's because you're not doing enough self-concept and you're focusing on him too much. And what can we do if the manifestation we want has nothing to do with us? Not directly, at least. Everything has to do with you. You mean you're trying to manifest for someone else? You can manifest for someone else, darling. Imagine they get the thing or the job or their health improves. Absolutely. Loz, aside from LOA, what do you like to read? I'm not a big reader. I shouldn't say that. I'm not the greatest. I'm not a fiction reader. I'm a non-fiction reader. If I'm going to read anything, it's non-fiction. I don't think I've read a book of fiction since I was a teenager. I'm just not a fiction reader. I only read things about manifesting and I feel like I'm wasting my time watching. Like, I don't watch TV either. I don't watch shows. You know, people go, oh, have you watched blah, 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 blah. I don't watch anything. Terrible. Lois, SB called me twice today. He wanted to make sure I was awake for my morning test. Oh, wonderful, darling. Oh, Lord. I have a problem with romance novels. Probably they trigger you, darling, so don't read them. Power of Subconscious Mind was an awesome read. I wish I hadn't left that in England. Left it in my wardrobe in England. Lois, you need to chill your beans in your next video. You need to turn chill your beans into your next video. Chill your beans. What, do a video on it? Same. I don't understand fiction. Oh, look, lots of people. And when I have read fiction, I've loved it. I've got this real thing about I'm wasting time. I should be doing other things. Got it, Molly? Really concentrate on you, please, darling, and take the energy away from him. You're literally suffocating him with your energy at the moment. Sometimes you can do that, guys. You can be affirming to them so much. It's like you're sending thoughts out, and they're like, okay, bitch, fuck. Got it? Please don't do that. Is it wrong to affirm my kids are always safe? You can say that, darling, but you've got to fear that they're not safe. Where are you getting that from? Everyone in my life is protected and safe. You can say that, but if you've got a fear about your kids not being safe, then there's something going on there. Something happened to you in childhood where you weren't safe, you were abused, or something happened to you, or your parents were overprotective of you and you're carrying that through to you, to your kids. What happened there? Assess that. Would you ever do affirmation meditations? I'm going to, guys, on YouTube, I promise. Too much SP and it pissed her off, I think. You were doing too much SP. Mm-hmm. Any suggestions on affirmations for weight loss? Weight is falling off me. I'm at my ideal weight. All those things, darling. So anytime I get a negative thought, I affirm the opposite until I feel it and believe it. Yes, do that, darling. You have no control over the believing it, though. The landlord, what do we say? Thank you for everything, Oz. Oh, you're welcome, Amber. You're welcome. What do you do when you say affirmations about self-concept but don't believe in it? You're not going to. You have to keep repeating. That's how the beliefs about yourself currently fell into your brain in the first place and got believed because you said them and thought them a lot. You just got to say them a lot, think them a lot. Sammy can post a video about appearance, but she hasn't been able to achieve her affirmations. Oh, look, that's her big. I think that's her biggest bugbear, and it's just, I feel bad for her that people feel they need to comment on it. Each person's got their own thing that they find difficult. That must be hers. My stuff is not feeling chosen. That's mine. And not reacting. Right? Some people have a really good, easy time not reacting. I get reactionary. Right? So poor Sammy, that's just her thing. Where her relationship's great, you know. Someone's going to have something. We're not perfect. Why it happens is a good sign. What happens? How can I manifest for me to lose weight? Love you, Loz. I just said it. Weight is falling off me. I'm at my ideal weight. I love my body. It's exactly how I want it to look. Those things, darling. Affirm those things. You're pretty. Oh, thank you, darling. Affirmations to applying to grad school programs. I love my grad school. I got in so easily. I got into the grad school of my dreams. Say those things, darling. Do you need to be able to hear properly affirmations that you play overnight? I had mine on last night, and when I woke up this morning, I could only hear them when I turned back towards them, and then I could hear them, and I realized I hadn't heard them all night. You do have to have them audible enough that you can hear them, but not loud, right? So you still need to be able to actually hear them, because your brain needs to be able to actually hear them during the night. I'm pretty sure you can't have them down so low that only dogs can hear it. That would not be a good idea. Then your dog's getting the self-concept affirmations, not you. I listen to Kimberly's self-love meditation every day. It's good, but you're right about my self-concept. Molly, you're just focusing too much on him. Listening to her affirmation every day, I hate to say it, it's not going to do shit. It's not specific to you, darling. You've got to do the ones I gave you. You've got to focus on the shit about you. That's Kimberly's stuff. Unless it's really specific, won't really do much. And it clearly isn't helping you because of the way you're acting in the 3D. If that self-concept, self-love meditation from Kim Velez was working, you wouldn't be acting like an needy bitch in the 3D, would you, Molly? You wouldn't be being hysterical. You would have self-love. People who love themselves don't act hysterical, do they? So clearly that Kim Velez meditation's doing fuck all for you. Stop fucking listening to it. Start recording the ones I gave to you on your fucking call. Why do you think I gave them to you? So many of you get on the calls with me when I used to do the calls and don't do the bloody affirmations I gave you. Why do you think I gave them to you? They're specific to you. If you're not doing them, I ask you, is it because you don't want to hear them? They're the ones you should be doing. Grr. I want a friend to decide to stay in town. Should I affirm she loves this place? She only lives here? Yes, she only lives here. She can't move from here because she loves it so much. She loves hanging out with me. Is the dog snoring? Yes. She's on the bed snoring. Would you recommend to keep affirming if you already know that it's done? Look, guys, it's up to you. If you already know it's done, you're living in the Sabbath and you're not reacting and the 3 days not triggering you, go ahead. Stop affirming. Loz, I have childhood trauma that has made me feel not chosen. Should I revise this or is there something else I could do? Yes, revise it and then affirm against that shit. Go and write out the old story of you, write the new story of you. Go and sit and write a letter to the person who wronged you and read it out as if they're sitting in the chair. Will you ever do calls again? No, guys, but I might do group coaching over Zoom. Been listening to affirmations during the night and it's amazing. Self-concept getting better. Love it. Good, guys. Good. Guys, have got to be specific to you. Or if when I do the really specific YouTube ones, they'll be very specific to just abandonment issues, just feeling not chosen, just like doing self-love. What the fuck's that, Kimberly's? Like, that could be anything. I love myself, I blah. Oh, well, fuck. Great. But if you've got some childhood trauma, that really ain't going to do much. Sorry. Sorry, Loz. I do appreciate what you say. I will get back on track what you told me. I still have them. Good, Molly. Don't let me scream at you again. Look, guys, it's just that those generic ones don't work. I'm sorry. They work if you don't have a lot of shit. You can listen to Dylan James and Kim Belez, their generic affirmations every night if you've never done any affirmations before, and they'll have a bit of improvement for you, and it'll work a bit. But if you've got some deep childhood shit, if you're abandoned, if you're adopted, if you're abused, if you were made to feel not good enough or defective in some way, that generic shit ain't going to mean fuck all to you. Really. Do you have an idea on when they'll be done? No, guys. I'm still dealing with my old house at the moment. Old landlord and everything. Sorry, guys. How do we revise? How can we change the beliefs of our subconscious mind? Thank you. Okay, so how do we revise? You go back to the scene and change it in your mind to what you wish was said, done, heard, okay, and loop that over and over in your mind. I've got 2 videos in my TikTok about revision, how to revise. Look down the page, you'll see them how to do revision. And change your subconscious thoughts is affirming against the shit you currently think, darling. Can I help my daughter? She's 7 but had abandonment issues because of her dad. Okay, so you can give her affirmations to do like, I am too special to lose. I'm too important to lose. I'm everyone's favourite person. Everyone loves to be around me. No one would dare to leave me. I'm too special to them. And if that's too hard for her to say, she can say, well, that's his loss. I'm growing into the most wonderful girl and he's missing out. Things like that. If she, if saying, no one would dare leave me is clunky for her. But, darling, you can just affirm for her. You don't even need to give them to her. If we want to be chosen by someone, can we specifically say by who, or should it be general, like I'm chosen? If you want to be chosen by someone specific, say specifically. But I'm saying if you have the deep self-concept fear that you're not chosen, thought that you're not chosen, you have to say I'm chosen. Saying they choose me won't work if you feel unchosen. It's like saying they love me, but deep down you feel unlovable. Saying they love me, your brain won't believe it. It will say, no, bitch. Remember, you're not lovable. Remember you got beaten up when you were a kid by your parents and locked in a cupboard? They didn't love you. Why would he? You know what I mean? I wrote out text messages that I hope to receive from SP. Am I being too specific? No, do that, darling. Do it. Why not? Loz, I love your energy. I always look forward to these lives. Oh, thank you, darling. Love that. Okay. What are these? Atisha, hang on. Hang on. Well, let me go to number 1. Number 1. Alicia, hang on. I'm saying your name right. Where's the first one? I can't see number 1. I can't see number 1. I can see number 2, 3, 4. Hang on, let me read 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. Saw an IG story with new SP's new girlfriend. I give it good meaning and stop seeing IG stories immediately. Good, yeah, don't look at that. Feel he thinks I'm angry or something is better to not see or see it and give good meaning. I keep seeing IG stories with the girlfriend and give it good meaning, imagining he's with me. Yes, keep giving it good meaning that it's you in the photos. Stop fucking looking at it. Mute them if you have to. Block them if you have to on IG. And stop thinking he's angry at you. Okay? Give everything good meaning, guys. Every single thing. Not being locked in the cupboard. Yes, I've been stating affirmations and been working, but will it ever come natural to me? Guys, your affirmations don't feel natural because they're new thinking, okay? Don't beat yourself up because it doesn't feel natural. It will eventually, okay? Were you being serious about sending the new convo I had with SP? What, to me? Go ahead, Nat. I mean, I barely open my DMs these days, but go ahead. What if you were abandoned and not chosen and it's a repeating pattern? Yes, well, it will repeat until you stop thinking you're abandoned and not chosen. That's how it works. So if you had both abandoned by your parents, they weren't around a lot, or both of them left, or one of them left, and you weren't chosen, well, you've got 2 fucked things going on. Then you'll assume everyone you have a relationship with is going to abandon you because you're not chosen. You're going to leave because I'm not good enough. You're going to leave because I never get chosen. I'm never the chosen one. This won't work out. Things don't work out for me. You're going to leave eventually. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop any minute now. This won't work out. That's the thought you'll have until you fix it. So what do I do if I was abused as a child by other people? Okay, so darling, you can go back to the scene in your mind and revise any scenes that you can still remember. Now, that's very difficult to do. A lot of people have actually blocked those scenes out in their mind as a trauma response because they're so difficult. And it's your coping mechanism, okay? If you can remember anything, you can go back to just before things happened and loop it in your mind as different, like someone was coming towards your room and your parent came and took them away, or a policeman came and took them and arrested them before the incident happened, okay? Something like that. But if revision is far too difficult, okay, don't do that, because that can really trigger people. You can sit down and write a letter to your abuser, everything you feel about them, everything you wish they knew. Write it out, everything you want to say, how it's affected you now, how it still affects you, etc. What it did to you. Then imagine them sitting in a chair across from you, and then read the letter out loud to them, and I want you to imagine that they're sitting there. If you've got a picture of them, even better, and put the picture in the chair and read that letter out loud. Then I want you to take that letter and I want you to burn that fucking thing. And I want you to cathartically tell yourself that that is not going to affect you anymore, that you're not that person anymore, that you are starting a new life and you're not going to let that run you. I do not let the past run me. I have a past, but I'm not my past. Okay? I'm not going to let this affect me anymore. I'm in control of my reality now. I'm in control of me. I say what goes. Everything is working out for me now. I can trust people with my heart because I can trust the people I love now. I can trust people. I'm the new me. Say all of those things while it's burning, get rid of it, and then say those every day. Will something only manifest if it feels natural to you? No, they still manifest when they don't feel natural. I manifest things all the time very quickly. I don't know if it felt natural. I'll just say I want you to say something, I want something to happen, and I'll just assume that's true. I don't know if it felt natural or not to me. I just know I said it enough that I am determined that's going to be true. Naturalness, I'm not quite sure if I felt natural about it or not. I'm not sure. Can I manifest a text or live in the end? Either, darling. Manifest a text or live in the end, but I would prefer you lived in the end and the text at the same time. That about put me in tears. That hit real deep. Okay. So, guys, if you've had traumatic pasts, please say that your past doesn't run you. You have a past, you're not your past. You're becoming the new version of you. Death to the past. Okay? What if you're abused by family? The amount of calls I have with people that are abused by their family members is astonishing. It's normally family. Okay? So, I want you could even write letters to each of those family members and say, I don't know what the fuck happened to you in childhood, but that wasn't the way to treat a child. And whatever happened to you had nothing to do with me, and you inflicted your shit on me. And do you know how unfair that was? Do you know how much that messed me up? That wasn't what parents are meant to do. That's not what family members are meant to do. They're meant to love you. I deserve that love. And I'm going to believe I'm getting it from everyone, even if I didn't get it from you. My past holds no power over me anymore. I've released it. I'm free. I have an affirmation tape of that, guys. Please go and listen to it on loop. That's wonderful, Nikki. When I sleep, my affirmations sound different. Is it my subconscious fighting? Yes. Sometimes Dylan James apparently sounds like a monster and shit. It's just your subconscious trying not to let you hear the tape. I literally had a dream last night. The SP reached out to me. Oh, wonderful. Loz, what causes hot and cold behaviour? If I'm consistent or maybe I'm not. It's your hot and cold thinking, darling, that causes the hot and cold behaviour in them. Plus, it could be the old them still showing up. You haven't got rid of the old thoughts yet. Or the old shorts are still playing out. Old thoughts are still playing out. Okay, guys? Weight loss. Are we supposed to pretend/believe we're with SP already and it will happen? You don't have to pretend, but I would like you to think in the end that, yes, you are together. They are back. It's all working out. And if you can't think that and it's too impossible for you, say, any day now they're coming back. They're coming back to me. I know it. Okay? I really want you to live in the end. All right, guys, I've already got to go because I've got so many things to do. Love your lives. They always give me good vibes and energy. Oh, wonderful, Destiny Elise. How do I manifest? So, darling, I want you to start assessing the thoughts you already have. They are what is causing your reality. Write them all down. Sit for 20 minutes and write down every thought you're having and you'll see all the negative shit you think. Then write an affirmation that's complete opposite of the shit you're thinking. I'm not good enough. I am more than good enough. He's never coming back. Of course, come back. He loves me. And start using those affirmations, okay, darling? Because what you're manifesting at the moment is what you're currently thinking, what you previously thought. That's all manifesting is. SP texted me and he missed me and now we're meeting up on Friday. Oh! All right, guys, I've got to go. Thank you all for joining me. If you don't follow me, do follow me. I go live twice daily. Press the notification bell, get all notifications. I also give you warning in the Facebook group, Subconscious Laws. Links in my bio. I can watch all these lives back. All right, guys. Go to Loz's videos on here. Yes. All right, guys. Love ya. Bye.